on your scrap piece of paper or on your notebook paper, I want you to write down these notes. During the video, you can pause or rewind at any time, so that way you can copy all of this into your notebook. So yesterday when we were subtracting fractions with different denominators, I found that most students had trouble finding the common denominator. Common denominator. So that's going to be the title for our page. Now, why do we need to find a common denominator? Well, if we have a fraction problem like 2/4 plus 1/3, here's my equation. If you take a look, 4 and 3 are different. They're different size pieces. So we need to make them the same size pieces. And we can do that by drawing a model. So I'm going to draw the model right here on the right. So first I'm going to start off with 2/4. Draw a small fraction bar, and I'm going to break it into fourths. And then I'm going to shade in 2 of them. 1, 2. So now I'm going to create 1/3. And this time I'm going to shade it in a different color so that way we can see this a little clearer. 2, okay? 1/3. So now that I have those, just like in our iReady program, we can draw lines to create the same size pieces. So I'm gonna see how many lines are in my fourths. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I drew 3 lines there. So I'm gonna draw 3 lines here. 1, 2, 3. And that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need to make the other fraction into 12ths. I can do so by drawing 2 lines because I just divided it into 12ths. So when I go to recount my models, the total for the denominator would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12ths. And then to find the new numerator, we just count the shaded parts. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is going to be 10/12. And that's how you add or subtract, well, you add a fraction using common denominators by the model method. So now we are going to use multiples. So let's say same problem, 2/4 and 1/3. We're going to add them together again, but this time I want to take a close look at the denominators. Once I have the denominators written down, I'm going to write all of the multiples I can think of. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So I usually stop at 5. Now I'm going to list the multiples of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I notice that I have a common denominator. The number 12 is common between both of them, just like in my model. Once I have that, I have to find my new numerators. So I'm going to rewrite my problem using the new denominator. So let's see, 2/4 equals how many 12ths? Well, I know that 4 times 3 equals 12. So I need to multiply the numerator by 3, which is 6. There's my new fraction. Plus 1/3 equals how many 12ths? 3 times 4 equals 12. So the numerator, 1 times 4 is 4. And there's my 2 new my 2 new fractions. So now I use these 2 circled fractions to rewrite the problem. 6/12 plus 4/12 equals 10/12. And there's my answer. It's exactly the same as the one on top. So let's look at a different one. I'm just gonna make sure we can see. Okay, perfect. So let's look at a subtraction problem. Let's say we have the problem 1 3/8 minus 2/6. So I'm going to use the multiples method that we used right here above. The first thing I need to do is look at the denominators. They are different, so I have to find a common denominator. So I'm going to write the numbers 8 and 6 right here. And I am going to list the multiples. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. And then the multiples of 6 will be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So I see my common denominator. My common denominator is going to be 24. So now I'm going to rewrite 1 3/8 using my common denominator. So 1 3/8 equals 1 and how many 24ths? We got to find that denominator. That numerator, I'm sorry. So 8 times 3 equals 24. So 3 times 3 equals 9. So 1 and 9 24ths. And then we need to change 2/6 by writing the new denominator. 6 times 4 is 24. 2 times 4 is 8. So there are 2 new fractions. Now I'm going to rewrite it, and I'll be able to subtract. 1 and 9 24ths minus 8 24ths equals 9 minus 8 is 1 24th, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So our answer would be 1 and 1 24th. So now that you've watched this video, I want you to go on Google Classroom. There is a Finding Common Denominators Google Forms. I want you to, using models, I want you to do your best work. Use this to help you, and you can come back to this video anytime to see how Miss Sylvia used the models. I hope everybody has a great day after you're done with your work. You can finish up any iReady assignments from this week that you might have missing. Make sure to check your to-do list. Have an awesome day.